Welcome back. Today's commander is Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn, and it's a very simple commander because all it does is that at the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, distribute up to that many +1/+1 counters among any number of other target creatures, and that's all it does. And since we're running Celestia, we're obviously running a bunch of life gain, and we're also going to run cards like Champion of Lambhole because we're dealing with +1/+1 counters, so they won't be able to block any of our stuff that gets huge off of Lathiel, or stuff like Pride Malkin, so all of our stuff with +1/+1 counters has Trample, or even stuff like Sigardian Paladin, to where we can give our stuff with +1/+1 counters Trample and Lifelink. It's a very, very good deck, and we also have cards just to give us basically infinite mana like Azor's Gateway just to get the Sanctum of the Sun, because our life total is going to be huge, and we're just going to get a lot of mana. And also we're running cards such as Ajani Strength of the Pride just to get rid of everything, because we're going to have that life total obviously, and then also we're running cards like another Wincon as Sigarda Summons, because all of our stuff with +1/+1 counters become angels, and that's really, really annoying to deal with. So without further ado, let's just get right onto the games. Game 1, our hand is looking really good. Yes, we do not have a Plains, but we do have the Avacyn's Pilgrim, so we can get white mana for all of our other cards in our hand, and we can start getting things going really quickly. So we're going to play the Ajani's Welcome. We're going against Jin Cataxius. Like all of the new Praetors, their enchantment backsides are extremely annoying, so hopefully we can deal with it before it even hits the battlefield, more or less before it hits the enchantment side, because all of them are extremely powerful. He gets a Shadow Spear and a Replicating Ring. That's perfectly fine. We're going to do the Lunarch Veteran, and then we're going to do the Celestial Unicorn, and we're going to start getting some more triggers off of that. We're going to swing into for a total of 4 damage because he doesn't have any blockers, or doesn't even have any open mana to bounce anything because he's playing blue. We're going to put some on the Avacyn's Pilgrim and the Lunarch Veteran so we can just get our things a little more beefy, and next turn a Pridemate will be really annoying for him to deal with. He gets the Jin Cataxius out there, which is a little scary, and now all of our stuff will have Trample because of the Dust Shell Crawler that we have in our hand, and we do have enough mana to play it, so his board is not looking really good while ours is. So we're going to swing with a 6/6 and a 10/9, which he can't block trade with it, so he's going down to 5 life. We're going to put all of them on Dust Shell Crawler and our Avacyn's Pilgrim, and let's see what he's going to do, because unless he has something like a River's Rebuke or something else that can bounce everything to our hand, there's nothing that he can really do, and we just win the game right there. So let's see if he can do anything. Teferi Master of Time is interesting, but I don't think he has anything to get out there even for 2 mana, and I think that's about it that he can do. He's going to proliferate with Contentious Plan and draw a card, and that just is the cherry on top. We get the Swords of Plowshare targeting the Jin Cataxius, and there's nothing else that he can do at this point. Game 2, our hand is looking also really good because of the Kami of the Whispered Hopes and the Morrowind just for some extra mana, and then we do have the Voice of the Blessed for another turn when we get the Kami out there, or if we get another white mana in our hand. So we're going against Svella Ice Shaper, which is okay, I guess. He's going to be able to look at some stuff from his top of the library, and he's also running green-red, so Gruul always has some weird shenanigans going on with it. He does a thrill of possibility just to get some more cards, and we get some Kami of the Whispered Hopes out there. Let's hope he doesn't kill it. And he does not. Perfect. So we do have enough to cast Lathiel next turn, which I probably will do just because I have enough. And then also if he has something to answer the Lathiel, we do have the Tamiyo Safekeeping, and I don't think he can counter it unless he does like Tybalt's Trickery, which is a really weird move. He does the Frostbite. We're going to do the Tamiyo Safekeeping. We're going to put 2 +1/+1 counters, but it'll be 3 because of Kami's ability. So now we'll be able to get quite a bit of mana with the Kami of Whispered Hopes. We also have Averbrook Caretaker that we can cast next turn, but I think we want the extra draw and some more life off of Revitalize, which we're going to do. We're going to cast, I don't know if the Averbrook is really good. We can do the Voice of the Blessed right now, and then we can do Morrowind, and then next we can do Fountain of Renewal just to get a bunch of stuff out there. So now we'll be gaining at least 1 +1/+1 counter as long as Lathiel stays out there because of the Fountain of Renewal, and as long as it doesn't have any of its abilities removed, which, knowing green, they have a lot of those cards that do that. He has a great henge out there, let's see, and there's one of them. Kenrith's Transformation makes it just a 3/3 dork. Scorching Dragonfire gets rid of our Voice of the Blessed, which is really sad. We're going to get the Soul Warden out here, and then also we're going to do Rabble Rousing, which is a very good card. We're going to get the Moonsliver Key, surprisingly, just so we can search for stuff like the henge or any of our other artifacts that has a mana ability. We're going to swing it with a 6/6 Elk, which is really funny, and he gets his Averbrook Caretaker out there of his own, so we both have one, so that's going to be interesting. And we get a Knight of Dawn's Light, so we can get 2 life if we gain 1 or 3. We just get an extra life every turn, and we get a Settle the Raikage. Perfect. And we do have enough mana to cast it because of Kami, and we do get a Rabble Rousing trigger just to get another 1/1 out there. He blocks it with his Pelt Collector. That's perfectly fine. He gets a Svella card. He gets something off of it. Hopefully it's not too powerful. That's a little annoying with the Inferno of the Star mounts. I guess that's fine. He does Averbot Caretaker on the Godrak. He swings with a 7/7. We're going to settle the Wreckage it because I don't really want to take that much life because of how well Inferno is working, because Inferno can deal us a lot of damage, and he exiles it because of Settle the Wreckage, and he gets a land, but it enters tap, so nothing happens, and we get a Bond of Discipline, which it doesn't matter. Game 3, our hand is looking also really good because we have a lot of mana, and we can get the Pristine Talisman out there to get more mana and more life. We're going to make our Temple Garden enter tapped, and let's see what he's going to do here. We're going to get a Impassioned Orator, and we're going against Dinosaurs, an extremely annoying deck, especially with this one because of the amount of advantage he gets from it. So let's see what he's going to do here. He plays a Temple of Triumph, which is fine, just gets a Scry card, and I think that's a problem. Marauding Raptor is an extreme problem, which we need to get rid of with probably swords, even though it's kind of a waste of a card to get rid of. Marauding Raptor is extremely annoying and just benefits Dinosaurs to a maximum. So let's see what we can do here. He does a Cosmos Elixir, so he gets more life, and he gets more advantage because of how it is an arena. So we're going to do a lot of damage, so even if he does get the Cosmos Elixir, it's not going to be enough life for him to gain anyways, because we're just going to do so much damage. Let's see what he's going to do. We get a Smothering Tithe trigger. He does not pay for it, and he gets a Mirari's Wake, which is very annoying because that's just a lot of mana for him. We do have a Settle the Wreckage. We're going to bring him down to 8 life with all of our stuff. We get another life off of the Pristine Talisman. We're going to put 3 +1/+1 counters on Impassioned Orator. We also get another Smothering Tithe trigger, so we can get another treasure. There's a Kama. That's a very annoying card. The Great Henge is also coming out here, and let's see if he's going to play his commander, which he does, and it has haste, so we can get rid of it if he does decide to attack with it with the Settle the Wreckage, which he does. So we're going to remove it, and he gets a land. Woohoo for him. And see what he's going to get. What land is he going to get? A mountain. That's so fun. We're going to put GG because we do have enough damage on board to be able to kill him, I think. And we get a Moonsliver Key just to wrap it up. So we're going to get the Moonsliver Key trigger. We're going to get the Great Henge probably. Yeah, that's going to be our best bet. We're going to play the Great Henge for 2 because of our huge Hollowed Priest. We're just going to gain some more life. We're going to swing in with everything to see if he blocks just a something. He goes down to -1 life, and we win the game there. Game 4. Our hand is also looking very good because of the Sarah's Ascendant. We can just basically have it a 6/6 flyer with flying really quickly, which is really fun. So we're also going against Karamonix the Rat King, which is very annoying because it just creates a bunch of rats, which might be a problem because of how many rats they create. But hopefully we can get the Sarah's Ascendant going. We just need 3 more life, which we can get with Revitalize. So now we have a 6/6 flyer with lifelink, and we can just gain a bunch of life. It's not looking too good for him because rats don't particularly have many flyers in their deck, and he gets a Karamonix trigger. He just gets some rats to his hand. That's perfectly fine. And let's see what we can do. We're going to do the Sicardian Paladin. I think Helion might be better because of the amount of life that we're gaining off of Sarah's Ascendant. And we're going to put a +1/+1 counter on our Angel. And we're also going to get a Speaker of the Heavens trigger. He's down to 9 life. If he doesn't have any flyers or a board wipe, we win the game right there, which it doesn't look like he has anything whatsoever. And even if he does swing in, we do have enough life anyways, which he will, which I'm just going to block the... I'm not going to block any of them. I'm just going to take the damage because we have enough life total anyways. We're going to put GG. We're going to swing with all of our flyers, and he can't block it anyways. Game 5, our hand is looking also really good. We do have the Kami. It's going to be a little bit of a later game, but we do have the Kami just to get some more mana, and we can get our commander out there as well. So we're going to get the Fountain of Renewal to allow us to gain a bunch of life, and we're going against another Jin Cataxius with Brawl out there. That's very annoying because Brawl is extremely overpowered, and he does a memory lapse on our commander. Yay, counters, because he's running blue. Of course he is. We do get the Lathiel on top of our deck, which I'm just going to leave it there. Even if he does counter again, it will be kind of funny, and we'll be able to cast it again. We're going to draw it, we're going to put it to our hand, and we're going to cast it. Let's see if he has a counter, which he does with Tail's End. We're going to put it back in our command zone. We get the Brawl. Well, he gets a Brawl trigger because of Brawl's a dumb ability, and let's see if he's going to put Jin out there. He does not. He gets Teferi's Tutelage, which is fine. He just gets some extra mill going on here. This is kind of worrisome because of how powerful this deck can get, so I think we might do the Champion of Lambholt here, and then we're going to do the Nyx Fleece Ram just to get some more life, which we will do. He does not counter either of them because he doesn't have enough mana anyways. And let's see, his Brawl can't block because of our Champion of Lambholt being so big, and he's able to mill us some more. I think the Ajani might be a good card to play unless he has a counter for it, but also the Kodama is a good bait, which it is. He does bait it anyways. And he puts the Champion of Lampholt back in our hand. He gets a Teferi's Tutelage trigger going on, so he's allowing us to mill more cards, and he puts the Mesmeric Orb in the graveyard. Thank goodness, because that card is extremely annoying to deal with because it just mills so many cards. And he gets a Maze Mind Tome. Teferi's Tutelage goes, and he gets a Jin Cataxius Progress Tyrant. Woohoo! It just counters stuff now. We get the Lathiel out here. We're going to get extra 2 +1/+1 counters on the Nyx, so we have a 3/8 Ram, which is kind of funny. We get a Wizard class going on here. Hopefully next turn we can get something that might be able to win this game. We do have the Bond of Discipline to allow us to gain a bunch of life, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. We're going to do the Champion of Lampholt here, then the Ajani's Strength of the Pride. We're going to get a 2/2 Ajani's Pridemate out there, and we're going to get some Lathiel triggers. We're going to put them all on the Champion of Lampholt, so none of his stuff can block now, so we can just basically swing him with everything, and we can't do the Bond of Discipline because of the stupid Jin Cataxius Progress Tyrant out there, because it's just going to counter it, which is really funny, and I might just play it anyways just because. Oh wait, the Scar to Summons will trigger, right? Yes, it will, because it doesn't counter enchantments. That's great. So all of our stuff has flying now, and they're huge. This is really, really fun. We're going to gain a bunch of life. He does a Tails End on our activated ability, which is fine, and he copies it with the Progress Tyrant. We're going to swing in with just a 8/8 because we want our 11/11 just in case he swings in with everything. We're going to put more on the Soul Warden, so now we have a 7/7 Soul Warden, which has rarely been said before. And let's see what he's going to do. He's kind of at a standstill because of how much stuff we have on the board, and he scoops right there. So overall, this deck performed very, very well because Lathiel is an extremely annoying commander, and it just puts out so much advantage when we gain a bunch of life. The last game that we had was kind of close because of the amount of stuff he had out there, but I think just because of how much swarming we had, and cards like Sigarda's Summons and Champion of Lampholt just win us the game. Cards that I wish we could have seen were the Azur's Gateway. I wish we could have got so much mana, and that would have been really, really fun. Or if we got the Heliod going off, that would have also been really fun as well. But overall, it was just a really fun deck to play. I would recommend building this deck if you're looking to build something very life gain like. And yes, thank you for watching.